Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and with Season 15 on the horizon, a lot of people are speculating what the Season 16 hero is going to be, unless Blizzard's going to pull something out of their back pocket and bring a hero in Season 15 and Season 16. And well, today we're going to help Blizzard out by talking about some heroes that we absolutely need in the game. That's right, hot gamer boys and Negroes everywhere. We're going to look to the Overwatch community and look at some hero concepts. Now, while a lot of people are speculating that Maximilian is going to be the next hero within the game, I feel like Maximilian really doesn't exude the hero capability. He's a businessman. He's the head honcho in Talon, and while the lore potential is, well, out of this world, if Blizzard actually wants to expand on the lore, that's really all Max has going for him, unless they can create this supportive evil type of hero kit for Max. Now, today I want to look at heroes, I want to look at scientists, and I want to look at animals? Dude, you want to know something funny? We haven't gotten an animal hero ever since Hammond. And with the success of Jeff the Shark and Marvel Rivals, we need a little cutie patootie. So that's why I want to call upon Billy, the support canine. Now, Billy over here is sort of like a mixture of Lucio and the Junk Queen, all packed into a cute, adorable dog support character. Of course, his main form of fire is biting the enemy team because, well, he is a guard dog, but he's cute and cuddly with his allies by healing them and cleanse them of all negative abilities. But the Lucio element comes in with Billy's abilities because his shift ability is a little speed boost dash for him, but anyone that's around him, and his other ability, which is bark ability, provides allies with a damage boost. And I really like that concept because we have tons of speed boost abilities, but nothing that really provides short damage boosts. But I just really like the concept of Billy just being this very mobile, agile support character, really just reminiscent of Jeff the Shark from Marvel Rivals. I don't imagine you'd be dying a lot because you have your spacebar ability, being able to wall climb everywhere and being able to have so much AoE capability for your allies that you're just bound to be kept alive. And plus, it's a freaking dog in Overwatch. Like, how have we not got a dog, but we've gotten a hamster that rolls around in a ball? That's just surprising. But the only way that we can make Billy better is if we finally implement my Mark the Territory ability with a dog, where if you're a dog and you go and pee on a health pack that's already been hacked, you now convert that health pack to your teammates. That's the only way that we can make Billy better. But what if we don't have a full-blown animal as a playable character, but rather someone who's half human and half phoenix? I want to introduce to you one of the coolest concepts I've seen in a while with Emre Sarioglu. Look, anyone that I said I mispronounced his name wrong, you're probably correct. So funny enough, this actually is kind of inspired by an already existing Overwatch character, kinda in this screenshot of the old Overwatch gang, where they have Ana and Soldier, Torbjorn, and this random guy that has like this faux hawk looking haircut. Of course, being inspired by a phoenix, those claws are gonna be your primary form of fire, but your secondary form of fire are gonna involve those magnificent wings engulfing you and protecting you. But those mercy-like wings aren't just for show and protection, but they also involve another ability called Untamed Traversal, where you're able to leap into the air and free fall, kind of similar to Mercy's. And with this pounce ability, where it's in the name, pounce on the enemy, you can leap in the air and pick out your prey almost like a raven. And hey, if you need to get out of a sticky situation, you have a cloaked regeneration ability where you're literally able to go invisible and regenerate your health. Like, this is literally a mixture of Wolverine and Invisible Girl from Marvel Rivals. And with the Orisa Javelin as your alternate fire and a Phoenix Surge ultimate where it literally powers up everything in your hero kit, this is someone that I feel like you can just have a lot of fun with if you want to be super aggressive. He wants you to get down and dirty and slice and dice some people and get out of there and get healed and do it all over again. But we had a canine support, a Phoenix DPS, and now we're gonna have a spider tank. And no, I'm not talking about Penny Parker, I'm talking about Recluse. My timbers are literally shivering, not because that, okay, maybe a little bit of the name, but look at that face. Doesn't that just scream terror? Whenever you see that at the front line, that's not someone that you want to face off against, and that's exactly why I want to see this tank in the game. Now, the artist didn't include any sort of description for what this hero's abilities can look like, only just having artwork, but even then we can piece together what their hero can look like. Like, obviously this is inspired by spiders, so they can have spider legs come out and do damage, sort of like Venom from Marvel Rivals. There's also some sort of robotic spider that can be heat-seeking, or maybe just be some sort of like trap turret like Symmetra's turrets and Penny Parker's spider bots. But I see in the art that whenever they open their mouth, that there's this device inside of them that maybe can spew out venom, that if the enemy stands inside of it, it'll slowly eat away at their health like a poison and slow them down. Oh my god, that'd be such a cool concept! I absolutely love the idea of Recluse and them possibly being some sort of defensive tank, but I also would just look forward to hearing the interactions with Recluse and also Widowmaker, the OG spider character. Someone that you know would try to play it off as if they're not jealous, but you know deep down that they're jealous. Especially if they turn this character like hot. Oh my god, Widowmaker would be so tight. You know what, let's just make this an animal-inspired episode where all these characters take inspiration from an animal, or in the case of Scrapboy, an insect, a scorpion if you will, with a mechanic like scorpion tail, or kind of like an octopus tail like Otto Octavius from Spider-Man. Scrapboy, or Scrapper as he's also known in Junkertown, was a mechanic who was very sick as a child. So to help him out, his dad had made him that mechanical tail to help strengthen his spine. But even though his father loved his little boy didn't love his father and the hood he came from, because he not only ditched Junkertown. Well, the lore is very questionable for Scrapboy. The lore could actually kind of inspire some of his Hero Kid elements, because if he's running off with Roadhog, who has a hook for an ability, I'm sure that Tail can also seek out somebody to grab them, just like Doc Ock from Spider-Man. If he latches onto an enemy, he can slam them on the ground doing copious amounts of damage. Maybe he can even just throw them off the ledge if he wants to get environmental kills. And maybe Scrapboy's tail can also be used similar like Squirrel Girl's tail, where it can launch him in the air to get better height advantage over the enemy. And I just realized so many of these heroes' concepts are similar to Marvel Rivals characters. You know, F it. Overwatch, just copy Marvel Rivals characters, because it's clear that they're copying y'all. But maybe his tail can have 3 different options for an ability, like the previously 2 mentioned, where you can slam on the ground, you can throw them off the edge, or the third ability that we haven't seen since Ana, you can poison them just like a scorpion. While I do think every character should be unique in Overwatch, like Sombra's the only character that can hack, and Echo is the only character that can copy, and Ana's the only character that can anti, I don't know, I think it would still fit Scrapboy's Hero Kit to also be able to poison or anti the enemy with his tail. But for this next tank hero concept, this one's goofy, man. This is literally a fish that controls a shark mecha. Let me repeat that. A goldfish that controls a shark mech. You know, everyone says that Overwatch players have the brain of a goldfish. Well, now you can finally make one in Overwatch. Now, Shark Tank would obviously be similar to D.Va, and I just gotta say, I absolutely love the name Shark Tank. They both control mechas, but where D.Va is able to fire fast projectiles, I feel like Shark Tank would fire slow torpedoes. It'd be a lot more of a skill-sharp projectile rather than a hit scan, and I think that would be distinct and different enough away from the D.Va concept. But along with torpedoes, you also have different arsenals on your back, like rockets and maybe heat-seeking missiles. You can just have a lot of destructive fun with Shark Tank, while also simultaneously being a goldfish. Like, why wouldn't you want to main that kind of character? Tell me right now. Tell me right now. Well, maybe it's because you don't want to main a goldfish controlling a mecha, but rather control an alligator named Spiky. Oh, it's such a precious name for such a gruesome looking hero. Oh my god. And it's even more gruesome once you read Spiky's backstory, because he was Junker Queen's pet. Of course, the queen can't have normal animals as pets like a cat or a dog. No, she needs guard alligators. Now, the graphic doesn't do a good job of explaining Spiky's hero kit, but the club that you see, well, apparently that was Spiky's favorite toy growing up, and now he uses it as a club as his primary form of damage. Since he is a tank, he has to protect his team, and he can with Attract, where it attracts all the projectiles that's within Spike's proximity to him and away from his allies. He's got Quill that whenever he's scared, he sprays out spikes from his back, but his ultimate, called Challenge War, literally intimidates the enemy so much so that they can't use any of their abilities. Sort of like a Sombra EMP, but a lot more natural, if you will. And while it wasn't listed in the description, one thing that I would love to see is maybe his left hand could do something with that like alligator Spike, where if you're within proximity, he can grab someone and hold them on and just beat them with the club. Oh my god, it's so gruesome when you think of it, but when you're the pet of the Junker Queen, yeah, you're gonna be a little bit scary, and it's gonna be portrayed in your hero kits. But whether they bring Spiky or Recluse or anyone else that I mentioned in this video, I want them to make more animal-inspired characters, and I want you to comment down below what kind of character you would love to see in the future, whether it's a cat, like Jetpack Cat, or maybe it's a dolphin. I don't know what you're into nowadays, but let me know in the comments down below. So until the next time, I love you guys, thank you guys for watching more Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.